Hey guys, I wanted to take you guys along with me today. I'm going to a film set right now. I was booked recently to play a background extra in a very well-known production, and I'm really excited about it. So I just wanted to bring you along and kind of explain the process. I work as a background extra in movies and TV shows. So I still do it occasionally. I took kind of a long break from it, but I was recently booked to be in this show. It's very different now from, before COVID to now, because now with all these regulations, we are required to take a COVID test at least twice prior to even filming. It was a lot easier before because you could literally, you just go the day of the filming and then that's it. But with COVID regulations, you have to test at least twice. And so today I'm going for my final test. I've already tested before, and I also went earlier for my wardrobe fitting. Now, as a background extra, usually in a lot of roles, just for normal, unless it's a historical piece or something, then I actually would bring my own clothes. And you do your own hair and makeup, you bring your own clothes. But for some specific roles, you go in for a fitting. And so this one is a high value production. So I've already gone in and done my wardrobe fitting. We do sign an NDA, so I can't disclose exactly, what the show is, what the storyline is, because, the roles that we play, it is kind of a spoiler for the show. So once it airs, I can share it with you. When you go into the wardrobe, into the wardrobe building, it shows you all the characters of the show, the actors, have pictures of all the actors, and it shows all their wardrobe options. And if you're a fan of the show, you would immediately recognize some really, notable costumes that they wear. And so I was talking to the costume person, and she was saying that, she's been on the show for a while, and after it wraps, they usually allow the cast to keep, some items, not just the actors, but the cast, like the supporting production assistants and wardrobe and makeup and whatever. So she was like, oh, she was really looking forward to keeping a couple of the pieces. So I'm just bringing you along with me. They're very strict about the COVID test. You have to wear closed-toe shoes. I have to wear a mask. I brought a mask, and you have to sign in. It's a whole thing. I'll do a separate video showing how to kind of, how to enroll in this kind of stuff, how to submit for it. Because, unfortunately, I see that a lot of people who do this, not a lot, but some people who do this can get scammed easily. There are these agencies, and they're not real agencies. They're just companies that just completely scam people, take their money. They make their clients enroll so that they would be sent leads for auditions and stuff. They make them pay for these completely overpriced photo shoots, $1,000. So it's, when you enroll, it's $1,000, and then a photo shoot is $1,000, and then you have to enroll in a database. You don't have to do any of that. And I'll explain it more, but, just because we're here, I paid $0 for any startup costs. Any photos that I had to submit when I was submitting for any role, I just take a selfie. Yeah, I never had any professional photo shoots, and that was it. You don't have to buy expensive costumes. You don't have to enroll in a database. The agencies that cast for these roles are always looking for people, and it literally is just an email that they put out what they're looking for, and then you email them to submit for a role. You include your selfies from your home, and usually they want a headshot and then a full body shot, and then you include your measurements or whatever that they're looking for, characteristics, and then that's it. That's how I book most of my roles. So it's very minimal effort to get started. And then once you start booking with well-known casting agencies, they will send emails out with other roles, and then that's how I get all kind of these follow-up roles. So yeah, please don't pay any money up front unless you're pursuing acting as your full-time career, your profession. Then yes, sure, invest in acting classes, get an agent, get some professional headshots. But for me, this is just something that I do for fun. So I am putting $0 into it, and I I've booked a lot of stuff. I booked a few things, well-known things, especially down here in Atlanta. There are so many things that film down here. I mean, I had no idea. Once I realized how many things film in Georgia. So a lot of movies and TV shows, and like these are big blockbuster movies. A lot of them film down here. It's almost like mini Hollywoods that they have down here. They have a few different studios and it looks like Hollywood when you go to them. So I recently filmed, I think it was a DC Comics or Marvel, whatever. Those movies film down here. All the Spider-Man movies film down here. DC Comics, they film here. And then Tyler Perry, you know, he's up in Buckhead, like the fancy part of Atlanta. He has his own studios because he's got tons of shows, tons of movies. He's got web shows that he films. He's constantly filming stuff. So that's a little farther for me. And in Fayetteville, it's called Trilith Studios. That's where they film all those like big budget productions. And when you go in, it literally looks like Hollywood. You walk around and it's these huge studios. And then it's so interesting because Fayetteville, where those studios are located, it's very rural outside of Georgia. And they have, it's, you know, actual farmland. There's cows and horses. And then when you go in, that's where they have these monumental, massive studios, enclosed studios. And then they have almost like urban housing, because then they have these really tight, close-knit developments. And that's where the, you know, Hollywood industry types flying in from California, that's where they stay when they're filming something, because these productions can take, you know, a long time to film. So, but anyway, I'm just kind of blabbing because now I'm still driving. But yeah, I'll bring you along as much as I can. And that is what is going on with me. So I am just going in for my testing. Production filming is next week. So this is the final testing. And fortunately, my other COVID test came back negative. And so I'll be able to film. And they are long days. So I might do like a what's in my bag when I go to film. What's in my bag when I go play a background extra. Because I pack, like you really have to pack like you're going to be gone for 12, 15-hour days. They are very long. It's a grueling day. So I bring snacks, I bring food, you know, extra, depending on the role, clothes, backup clothes, makeup. I bring a whole makeup bag, and yeah, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet some of the actors. You meet a lot of other people who are in the industry, people who are professional actors, and then people like me who just do it for fun. And it's just a lot of fun.
1 hour later.
So I just finished testing. I had to turn my camera off. But you go through the security gate, you give your name, and they have you on a list to show that you're testing that day. You go in and get tested. And they actually were also filming today. So they had the catering, you know, catering was out, and it smelled so good. It was so good. Once I started doing this more and more, it's so interesting to me, you know, all the people that are involved in this, from, you know, sound, you know, lighting, audio, all the background, all the assistants, the directors, the assistant directors. It's so cool to see it all come together. And then to see the final product on screen, it's like the coolest thing. I think I mentioned this in my video where I quit. You know, I don't have a dream job because my dream isn't to be working. It's to stay at home with my kids. I don't know, not to say that if I could do it over, I would. You know, I love my career in law, but I think it's so cool. I just love the whole industry. It's a brutal industry. I don't think I would have been able to do it now with kids, but when I was younger, it would have been really cool to do. So, but yeah, if you're interested, it's so much fun, and just don't put up money up front if you're gonna do this. I'll tell you the story of how I started. So the very first role I booked was for House of Cards, and it was the very first season. No one had heard of House of Cards, and House of Cards was kind of revolutionary because it was the very first Netflix series. You know, there was no such thing then as streaming TV shows that just drop all their episodes in on one day. And so whenever people would say, oh, that show, like, what channel is it on? You know, it's not a channel because it's on Netflix. It was hard to comprehend because it wasn't done before, but now, you know, we're so used to it. So that was my first role. I played a congressional reporter, and the way it worked is they had an open casting call in my area where it filmed. And so I went and I was booked, and the agency, it's called Central Casting, they booked me for other roles in the area. So I booked Scandal, I booked some Discovery crime shows. I played a crime victim. I was strangled by a famous murderer when they did a reenactment show. And a lot of commercials. I was in a commercial for Bud Light that aired during the Super Bowl. And that was so exciting because that was massive. It was a huge crowd scene. But you see me, even my mom recognized me. The back of my head, you can see my hair in the final shot of the commercial. So Central Casting kept sending me more roles just to manage people's expectations. You know, you don't get picked for everything. I don't audition. That's my thing. I don't want anything with a speaking role, because I don't want to go in for an audition, because for me, it's not worth my time. You know, I had a great 9-to-5 job, and I didn't want to drive all the way in, audition for a role, and then be rejected. You know, for most background extras, you don't need to audition. You just, as long as your, you know, physical characteristics fit what they're looking for, they go by the pictures. That's how they choose you, by your pictures that you submit. So for a lot of roles, because they're looking a lot of times for really diverse roles, I get picked for a lot of things because I guess I kind of look, I can look ethnically ambiguous. So I'm just kind of picked a lot for different things. So, but in Atlanta, they have these big budget, you know, blockbuster movies that film down here. So I'm actually a lot pickier now than I was before. And you know, I'm getting a lot of roles that are, you know, emailed to me, and I can't do everything because of time constraints, but also just location. Georgia is huge, and then because of the COVID regulations and having to go multiple times leading up to the filming, I can't commit to as many roles because I can't be driving every day, all day for this. The day of filming, I'll come back and bring you guys along with me and share more about that experience. So, all right. See you soon. Good morning, everyone. It is 8:45. I am here. I just arrived on set. I parked. So I just wanted to check in. I have to go do my COVID test and then check in with wardrobe and makeup. I'm very minimal makeup today. You're supposed to come to set camera ready, and they just want very natural makeup. The scene is very, you just have to have natural makeup and hair, but they'll probably fix it when I get there. And then my clothes, I'm just wearing a shirt and then my Viore sweatpants. I am wearing the shoes that I will be filming in today. They're gonna change this because I had a wardrobe fitting. So I'll turn you around and show you my bag real quick. Whenever I'm filming, I just bring my Longchamp Le Pliage tote bag. I'm not wearing my rings either because you might end up having to take it off, and so I don't want to bring any jewelry with me unless it's part of the scene. So I have my tote bag. I have an umbrella because it is an outdoor scene, and in our casting email last night with our call time, they said to bring rain gear just in case. So in my tote bag, so I have my notebook for YouTube to write down, you know, some stuff. I have just a pouch that I use to organize with odds and ends. My headset, I have Tylenol because it's going to be a long day. My hairbrush, if I need to do touch-ups, chapstick, lotion. We have to bring face mask all the time. And tissues. Oh, phone charger. This is essential because we could be sitting there all day long, so I need to charge my phone. Perfume oil, rollerball, just because it is going to be hot out and we are going to be outside. And so just for the consideration of my fellow colleagues, I bring perfume. Pens to write down some stuff. Hair ties, hair clips. And oh, this is my essential base little case with my AirPods, charger. This is my filming kit. This is the base on-the-go essentials case. In here I have makeup, like touch-up makeup and stuff that I will need throughout the day. It is an outdoor scene, and so I have Chanel CC cream with SPF. I have a touch-up setting facial spray with SPF from Supergoop. I love this stuff. My under eye roller. I always just carry this around because my under eyes get really dry. I have a Tatcha facial spray just for extra hydration. Kopari lip gloss. Eyeliner. Brow gel. Concealer. And then I love this Hourglass palette because inside it has all the essentials I need: setting powder, bronzer, highlighter, blush, and a mirror. So yeah, these are just if I need to do a touch-up like throughout the day. And then on the other side, I have these Pacifica underarm deodorant wipes, and then just extra deodorant, face wipe. I have a comb. This is also kind of mixed in with my flight essentials, like I just was traveling, so I have kind of the same stuff. Hair ties, Q-tips, more face wipes. I have a Luna bar. I usually actually bring an entire snack bag because you never know what the food situation is at these things. Sometimes, I mean, you're starving all day and, you know, they give you lunch, but it could be later on and you kind of need to sneak food. This morning, I actually didn't have time to pack anything, but, you know, I'm trying to cut back on just unnecessary snacking. Sometimes I just snack because we're just kind of sitting around doing nothing. And then I have more aspirin just in case, and then toothbrush and toothpaste. And so, yeah, so just toiletries and essentials just to touch up, and more hair ties. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go in and check in now. We're going to film. It's going to be a long day. And the email last night, it was interesting because they said, you know, they always kind of warn you about the weather, especially since it's an outdoor scene today. But I guess there are going to be horses in our scene because it said there will be horses in the scene. Please don't spook the horses, don't spook the animals. So it's like, oh, okay. I've never filmed a scene with animals before. I think that's pretty cool. I'll try to get videos of our holding, which is where they keep us, our like holding tent. But other than that, I probably will not be able to film until I get back in my car. So I will check in with you later. Hey guys, I am back. It is 2:20 in the afternoon and we are wrapped, which is great because normally I'm used to like 10-12 hour days, like really long days of filming. But this was just one quick kind of short scene and hopefully it turned out good. It is pretty hot today. It is 83 degrees right now, but fortunately we were like in the deep woods, so it was pretty shady, which was good because I was in like triple layers. It was getting pretty hot when we were in the sun. I'll see if I can throw up pictures of my wardrobe. They had to spray paint my shoes. These are I just had boots, but you see how they had to spray paint it like gold, or, you know, to make it look dirty and worn out. You can't really see it, but they had to spray paint my boots to make it look worn because it was a little too black for our character. It was too clean, they said. So all in all, not too bad. We didn't break for lunch because it was a short day, and then they were supposed to give us boxed lunch, but it wasn't waiting for us in holding. So I'm hot. I want to get home. I don't know when this one will air, but it will be really exciting. I didn't get a lot of FaceTime on the camera this time. I think you just see me like a little snippet of me in the corner, but that's okay. It was just a fun experience. I'll have you turned around again. My umbrella we ended up not using because it was a beautiful day out, and we had some snacks that I pilfered from the set, and they had these really cool waters, so I took a few of these. I've never heard of this water bottle gate. So yeah, fun day. And not too bad in terms of filming. Call time was 9 a.m. so it wasn't too bad, not too early, and we ended pretty early in the day too. So that was it. That was a day in the life of a background extra that I do for fun. If you are familiar with the production that I was in, you might know these characters. I didn't really know anyone, but you can tell who are the real actors and who are the background extras. But in this case, I didn't really know anyone, but it was still fun. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on set, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.